We now know the date for when Southwest Airlines is going to end its open seating policy. Assigned seats for passengers will start January 27th.
Southwest first announced a change last summer, going to assigned seating for the first time in the low-fare airlines history, even though low fare doesn't exist anymore.
Kind of.
I'm just saying. Earlier this year, Southwest announced that it will also no longer offer 2 free checked bags to customers. That is a big cost. We're talking about $60 now, extra on top of what
that is a big difference. So Southwest is not only a carrier making big changes, there are other carriers as well. Delta's planning to use artificial intelligence to help set ticket prices. I don't know if that helps us, or if it helps them. Joining us now with more is ABC News transportation producer Sam Sweeney, or Sam, as I like to call you, the person I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning when I have a question about space or air travel. So I'm so glad you're here at a normal hour for you. Sam, Southwest is ending its famous open seating policy after more than 50 years. Is it money? Why, we're just used to them doing that.
It's always money, Sam. Southwest Airlines has been a moneymaker for most of those 50 years until recently, and they've begun to take a backseat to those legacy carriers, Delta, United, American, which are making record profits on people who are buying first-class seats, the premium economy seats, and they really need to get into the game. A couple of years ago, activist investors took over the board at Southwest Airlines, and they demanded change. They demanded that the company make changes so they can make more money. And now Southwest says with these changes, as you mentioned, the bag fees and the seat assignments, that they expect to make more than $800 million once this starts in the first year, and then more than $1.5 billion in 2026. So these are big changes, but also big money for shareholders in the company.
Okay, so a lot of money to be made. Let's get people up to speed. So January 27th, passengers are going to be paying different prices for standard, preferred, or if you want extra leg room. How much more expensive, Sam, is it going to get for people who are trying to travel with Southwest?
We don't know the exact prices, as you know, airfare changes all the time by the day. But this is good news for some people. Look, if you are traveling and you don't have a carry-on bag and you don't have a checked piece of luggage, or maybe you only have a carry-on, no checked luggage, and you don't mind sitting in the back in the middle seat, you may pay a lot less. It's like a basic economy fare on another airline or some of the low-cost carriers. But if you want that better experience, you want to board first, you want to get comfortable, you want a bigger seat up front, you can pay more, and some people are happy to do that. And they will get that experience, but we don't know the prices quite yet.
It is interesting because Southwest is also cutting their free checked bags for many customers. That was one of the reasons my wife and I would always love to use Southwest to get the free bags. But with it being cut now, I'm curious of what this does to the reputation of Southwest. And now, wouldn't a customer say, you know what, I'll just fly with another airline because one of the reasons why I chose you was I got free checked bags?
Yeah, I mean, that is absolutely a possible scenario. But think about this. You can also get the Southwest credit card and you cannot pay for checked luggage. Or if you are a frequent flyer, you don't pay for checked luggage. So there are some workarounds, and that's a similar situation with the other airlines as well. But as you said, they can go to another airline. But really, they were the last ones to allow this free checked luggage. So everybody is on an equal playing field. Most people prefer an airline that gets them to their destination the quickest and without any connection.
And
so if
safest.
Southwest is your only airline option to get you there on a nonstop, they may just stick with that.
Yeah. All right, Sam, we all travel. Everybody travels. More people than I've ever seen in an airport before in my life. So let's talk about another big shift for airlines. Delta says they're using AI to set ticket prices for 20% of its domestic flights. Knowing airlines and feeling the way I feel about them, I don't feel like that's saving me money. So how does artificial intelligence work for us?
It sounds scary, but look, the world is going in the AI direction, and this is just one more step. For decades, airlines have been changing their prices, sometimes on an hourly basis. How many times have you gone to search for a flight? It says one price. You go back a couple of hours later after you talk it over with friends or family, and then it's more expensive, or sometimes it's cheaper. They change all the time.
I've never seen it cheaper, Sam.
Well, behind those price changes are people. And now AI can do that. So they're testing it to make sure that it actually works. but they will go based on demand, schedule. Is it around a holiday? And instead of a person manually going in and changing these prices, AI can do it a lot quicker and a lot cheaper for the airline.
I think the thing you have to worry about is the predatory pricing.
The predatory pricing, because I know that I was searching for a flight, and my husband was. His phone was getting more of a workout. I was getting cheaper rates because I wasn't doing as much of the searches.
Right.
So that is interesting, if you will.
One tip I can give you, when you book a ticket, go in, set a price alert on Google, and if that price drops, you can cancel or call the airline, and oftentimes, depending on your ticket, they will give you a flight credit for the difference, but
so
you have to call.
Sam Sweeney, we
I
all
wish I
need a
wasn't
Sam.
lazy.
We all need you.
If I wasn't that lazy, I'd be like, great.
If I wasn't that lazy, Sam, I'd do it.
But if you want a deal, you can get it, and we appreciate you telling us. Thank you, Sam.